Good afternoon. Welcome to European Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Stanford Engineering. This is the final session 8 of the 2016 speaker series here at Stanford. Today is March 7, 2016. And our topic for the day is From Comments to Startups, Building Europe's Space Tech Entrepreneurship Ecosystem. So our speakers today come from the European Space Agency, Frank Salzgeber, who is Head of Technology Transfer in Noordwijk at STech, who is here with 3 of his companies from the ESA Business Incubator System, one from the UK, one from Netherlands, and one from Germany, 2 hardware, 1 software company for a little bit of diversity. Michael is Chief Product Officer and co-founder of FAMILO, based out of Hamburg, Germany. I picked this company because they're a great example of how European startups in the software, social media area can go viral with great design and a great team behind them. So Michael, thank you for coming all the way from Hamburg.
Thank you very much.
Tell us what you've got and how it's connected to space and ESA and your customers.
Thank you, Burton. Yeah, of course, that's a great honor for me, especially as a software startup, to speak here in Stanford. And I'll tell you a bit about what we're doing at FAMILO, about how we got there and what are our future plans, give you a brief overview about our nice little company over there in Hamburg. I'm one of the founders, I'm Michael, and at FAMILO we care about the most important circle in your life, your own family. Some numbers in advance before I tell you what FAMILO actually does, before I tell you something about the product. We recently hit the number of 1 million registered users in December, which of course makes us very proud. And the especially interesting thing here is that 85% of this growth is viral and organic growth. So only for 15% of our users we really paid something in terms of marketing and communications. FAMILO is a worldwide topic. Our biggest markets are Brazil, Germany, the US, India and Turkey. Maybe some words about our users in the US. Over here we did not spend any cents in marketing so far at all. So 100% of our users over here in the US are from viral organic growth, which is quite cool, I think. And by now we are available in 12 languages, and I really used all over the world, as you can see here on the map. We recently introduced Spanish as well, so the map down there in Latin America looks a bit more crowded now, a bit more orange nowadays than there on the map. Yeah, well, what can you actually do with FAMILO? What is FAMILO? FAMILO is all about the question, where are you right now? The question that you all know from your own daily family lives, which are normally answered by phone call or by WhatsApp message or by any other messenger. One of the first questions always is, where are you right now? When will you be home? When will you be there and there? Where can I pick you up? I'll be running late. I'll be there in 10 minutes. And this is all around the question, where are you right now? Our purpose is to answer this question very intelligent, very contextual, right in the moment when this question pops up. Our aim is that it's already answered and people already know, okay, I'll be running late, or to let the others know that I'm running late, yeah, to already know where the others are right in the moment when it pops up. How do we do that? Well, every family member can set their location mode and share their location with the others. If you set your location mode to visible, then all your family members can see on a map in real time where you currently are. This is quite convenient for use cases such as, let's say we're going to meet up in the city somewhere, and I can see, all right, the other person is on the way and will be there in 10 minutes. But of course, not everyone likes to be tracked all the time in real time. And then, no problem, I can just set my location mode to places only, set up my daily locations such as home, work, school, gym, etc. And then I get automatically checked in once I reach that place and automatically get checked out if I leave it. And the others can subscribe to my notifications. They will be automatically notified, for example, once I reach university. This works like magic. This is one of the technologies that we developed in-house. It's called geofencing. There are APIs provided by Google and Apple for these purposes, but they weren't accurate and reliable and precise enough for us, so we developed our own. I will present you some results of testings later on. And this is really something that we are very proud of, to develop our own geofencing technology here. One fun fact at the site, there are currently 5 check-ins of those places notifications per second all over the world. So while I'm talking here, people using FAMILO 5 times per second anywhere in the world. And this is quite cool, of course. If I don't want to share my location to my family members, there are situations which all of us can imagine where you don't want to share your location, but you will be still part of the family group. You can set your location mode to invisible, but you can still do text messaging, photo sharing, see where the others are as long as they allow you to see where you are. So this is basically a messenger which is included then in the concept as well, and which is quite important for our users. Then there's one more feature which is especially interesting for families with small children or elderly people. There's a panic alert button as well included, so just in case you can hit one button and the others will be notified where you currently are, again location sharing, and that you are in need of help. This is of course our least used feature, but all of our user testings, user interviews tell us that our users really demand this feature, and we cannot just skip it or something from the app because it's quite important. It's kind of an insurance feature. Yeah, and that people really use our application a lot show our impressive engagement numbers. We got a really strong lock-in effect within our application. So once people started using the app, once they introduced it into their daily family lives, they use it quite heavily. An average weekly user of the FAMILO application uses the app 48 times a week, and you can imagine yourself which app do you really use that often a week. Maybe it's a handful, and this is really cool thing. Of course, on the weekends we have a drop in engagement because people stay more at home. There's no need for location sharing. They don't go to work, they don't go to school, etc. So we have around 8 actions on average per weekday done by our users. What does all of this have to do with space technology? Well, of course, when people share their location with their smartphones, we rely on GPS. We do rely on other sensors on your smartphone as well. There's Wi-Fi triangulation, there's cell tower triangulation, and there's of course the GPS satellites. And what we do is to combine those 3 sensors on the smartphone in a very innovative way, which gives us the possibility to have a very high reliability, a very high precision. Actually, the precision and reliability of GPS. But there's one disadvantage with GPS, and that's the battery drain. Imagine you would have your GPS turned on all the time. Your battery would be drained like in 2 or 3 hours. And what we do, we combine GPS with Wi-Fi and cell tower triangulation. We predict the user's location based on stochastic models. And that's how we can decrease the number where we really need to turn off the GPS on the smartphone. And what I already told you, Apple and Google are providing such APIs as well for geofencing. No offense to those great companies evolved from here, but of course that makes us very proud that we, as a small startup from Hamburg, do better technology in terms of location sharing and especially geofencing than Apple and Google do. We do have a higher reliability of over 90%. We do have a higher precision. Precision actually is the average time when the notification pops up after you, for example, reached a certain place, at the same level of battery drain, which is quite important, of course, as you all know from your own smartphone usage, that battery is always a big problem. Yeah. So what's the business model all behind the application? Right now we're in the phase of user growth. You saw that we're having this hockey stick, and we're really looking for continuing user growth over the next months, and then we will start implementing a freemium model. People will be able to extend certain features by in-app purchases. We will offer subscription models for the entire group of families, where one account, for example, the daddy can book the subscription for the entire family. And we will also do some in-app offerings from premium partners in a certain discover area of the application. Of course, we wouldn't do any banner ads or something, but there's many companies who would like to provide certain content or certain products to the very valuable target group of families, and of course we can give room for them within our app. Our long-term vision, of course, is to also offer our location technology, for example, as an SDK or as a API to other third-party companies, as might be B2C as well as B2B companies, for example, in the field of local marketing, etc. Yeah, we already had a very huge public reception, especially in the German-speaking countries and all over Europe, but also some coverage over here in the US and in Brazil, for example. On every kind of media, TV, online, radio, print, etc., which of course shows us again that this is really a topic for many people and can really grow very, very big. Besides my great two co-founders, David and Hauke, which unfortunately needed to stay home, we do have a great team of 12 people, especially engineers. We're 9 engineers. We're really a tech company. And we do have great supporters and partners alongside with us. Deutsche Telekom, for example, pre-installs us on certain devices. Bosch installs us on every Jaguar and Land Rover car all over the world. It will start within the next week. Quite cool use case, actually. You can just tap on the board computer of the car, bring me to my daughter, and the car will lead you there. Does make really sense in the field of connected cars. And of course we do have ESA as a great partner as well. That's all from my side so far. If you're interested in doing internships in Europe or want to get to know more about geofencing technology or mobile marketing, feel free to contact me. We're going to close another finance round within the next week. If you want to participate, let me know as well. And thank you very much.
Michael, thank you. We have time for 2 questions. So, what are the specific techniques you've used to achieve viral growth in terms of user design? Do you have a growth hacking team? Yeah, you said a lot of this is organic, so word by mouth, but you must have done some of this in terms of,
Yeah, organic viral growth. Well, first of all, of course, we do a lot of user testing. We really go to our users. We speak a lot to them. We collect all the feedback they give us. We analyze it. We derive feature improvements out of that, new features. We kill features. So we really try to meet all the needs our users have. And then there's another thing which leads to quite a good viral effect. If we gain one user from any marketing campaign, for example, or just by a user finds us on the App Store, downloads the application, then in average he adds 3.4 more users to the app because he adds their family members and maybe some other members such as friends or other close groups. You can create various groups in the application. You can be connected with your family, but also with your friends or with your colleagues, etc. And this is like an inner family network effect, which leads to more downloads once we gained one user out of a campaign.
Yes.
I have one question. How do you get this new idea?
The idea?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, actually, it was my idea when I was studying over there in Hamburg, and I went home to my hometown for like Christmas or New Year's, Easter, etc. And my grandmother always told me like, tell me when you're back in Hamburg, tell me when you arrived safely, and as you might know, you always forget to call her. And that's how I came up with the idea, okay, my grandmother's worrying now, I forgot to call, oh my god, I need to call her. There must be some way to let her know automatically, once I reach home. And this is exactly what we do now with our geofencing. Once I reach home, other people get a ping totally automatically. I don't need to do anything for it. The phone can stay in the pocket, etc.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Quick question. Yeah.
How are you different from Life360?
Life360, it's a company from over here, from San Francisco. It's actually the biggest location sharing application, I would say. Life360 relies mostly on the real-time location sharing. The main view of Life360 is a map, and our application is more a event-based stream. So we more rely on those automatic notifications when reaching, leaving places, and they are real-time tracking, actually.
So, Michael, thank you very much.